What's up, everybody? Little Fear here, and this is Little Fear Outdoors. Today, I want to review a webcam. This is the Tasco 8 megapixel webcam. I've had this out in the woods a few times, so I have a couple of examples of how well it works or doesn't work, depending on your thought. Let's start with this strap here. I'm not really 100% happy with the strap because it's not it doesn't have a clicky, like a connector thingy. You literally have to strap this thing around to the tree. Let's see if I can freaking do this right quick here. You literally have to strap this around the tree, and then strap it around the tree and then pull it tight. Now that's cool. That's fine if that's what you're looking for. But if you want to like move it to another location, you have to literally, like, instead of just unclipping it, you have to just pull on the thing and pull it out all the way out. So that's one negative thing about it, but for a $28 webcam, that's minor. It does have the little holes here, so you can put one of those locks, 3 of them, so you can put one of those locks around it. I don't know what those locks are called, but yeah, it's made in China, but everything's made in China these days. So we're going to open it up, and inside we have off arm. Does it say arm? Arm. Off arm and on. Now, let me put a card in here right quick. Now, one thing about this webcam, before I bought this, I checked out some other reviews on it, and wanted to know what my personal opinion, or what other people's opinion was on it. And they all seem to say a similar thing, that it gets wet inside. Well, it's like me, I checked a couple of them out. I didn't check 40 or 50. I checked 1 or 2 or whatever. And so I was like, well, screw it, I'll try it. I'll see what happens. So I got it, and it does have a weather strip around here. It's literally the same color as the case, so it's hard to tell. But if you feel up under this here, if you feel that's rubber right there. So it does have a seal on it. And mind you, I have had it in the woods a couple times. So let's show you a photo or two of what I've got here. So here is one photo I got of it. Now, what I like about this, for $28, you can name the camera. So if you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 of them around your property or whatever, you can name them so that when you're going through your pictures from one SD card to another, you know which ones come out of which camera. It also shows the date and time, so that you know exactly when the photo was taken. This one, I got a couple of bobcats. There's my salt lick right there, and this was 3:45 in the afternoon on November 4th. It's a month ago. And then I have another one right here of a small little tiny buck, baby buck, on the 8th at 10:41 in the afternoon. And also there's my salt lick right there. But yeah, I wanted to show you what the photos look like. So now let's go into setup on this thing. Okay, so you set it up, you put it to aim or whatever that's called, and then you set the time you hit OK to set the time, and now you're at 12:27. Actually, that's got to go down because it's daylight savings time, and I never adjusted it. I haven't adjusted it for that. So then I hit 11. I went down, and then I hit OK, and it goes to minutes, but that's right. So I'm gonna hit OK, and this is the date, and that's right. Just December 9th. December 9th. Now, if I want to go down, I can go down. If I want to go up, I can go up. And then this is 2019. Yes, it is. This is, I believe, the delay. Or, no, it's how long you want the video to record for, I believe. And that's for video. And I don't know what 1D01 is. That is if you need to set your camera back to default. I don't. So N. And this is for when you format your flash drive. Anytime you get a brand new flash drive, you need to format it. Or if you have an old flash drive that you've used for other things that you want to use, you want to set this up to yes. I'll do it right quick because this is an empty card. So I'll hit yes, and I'll hit go, and it does its thing, and now it's done. Okay, and I believe that's the last setting. Let me look here. Yeah, that's the last setting. Okay, so we're gonna go back in here, and you can also set right here. The camera is flashing, so you can set it to photo. It'll take that's one photo. That's 3 photos. Snap, dip, 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 and then video. And that's all you have. And then when you're all done with all your settings, you can turn it to on, and then it'll count down. It'll count down 3, 2, and see this light is warning you also. Now it's armed. Now it's armed. So when anything, well, I don't know if it's going to take that photo right then, but here, let's I don't know. Anyway, so it's on right now. Probably not going to do anything. So we're going to close it up. And it's got these, to close it, you just got 2 little tabs here. The batteries go in from the bottom. And I was like, how do you fix it? So right here is the latch for the batteries. You push that down and the whole thing pops out. We'll do that right quick. See, you just push it down and the batteries come out. I got, it takes 8 batteries in here. So I got 8 batteries in here. And I put it back together. I'm going to turn it off so that it, it resets whatever it's doing. Turn it on. I'm going to close the little lid. And it's doing the countdown thing again. Now I'm going to set it down for a second. And I want to see if I move, if it's going to do something different. Let's set it over here. Well, that's my work computer. It might not take a shot of that. Okay, so I'm going to set it up there for just a second. I also got another camera. It is the Bulletproof 2, I believe. Anyway, it's the Bulletproof 2, and it does decent. Actually, does fantastic. I think it does better photos than this one. So why did I buy this one, you wonder? because it has date and time. So I'm trying to look for that. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so let me show you. So this is a photo that it took, and I can move this thing up so you can see everything. It's the Primos Bulletproof 2, and the one thing and now you see the difference in this photo compared to this photo. Let's see if I can get a split image on this here. Okay, you see the difference in the two photos. There is a big distinct difference in the quality of the two photos. Now, but one thing that you see in this photo that you don't see in this photo is the time and date stamp. And to me, that was more important than photo quality. I'm not out trying to shoot, get professional photography type shoots. I'm just trying to capture, a buck, like this, or bobcats, or whatever it is I'm hunting for. And I don't need the best quality footage I can find. But what I do need is time and date stamp. That is, now I had this Primos one way longer than I had this Tasco one. And I will tell you right now, the most important thing is time and date stamp. So if you're gonna get a camera, get the time and date stamp. The new Primos Bulletproof, I think it's the 3 or something like that. It does have time date stamp, but it's like $150. This one was like $30 at Academy. This one was also $28 at Walmart. I'm trying to shoo away from going to Walmart, but I wanted this specific camera. Now, let's go back to them talking about the problem with it. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the camera away, and now it's doing that. So right now it's taking video. Now the deer won't see this. This is infrared or whatever. The camera sees it just fine. But and there it just stopped and it flashed again because it's taking another video. So I'm going to turn it off. And it's still flashy, so I don't know what's going on, but I just turned it off. So anyway, so the last thing that the last time I went out to my stand, or where I had my camera at, it had rained. Between the time I took this photo and the time I went out there to collect it and check it again. And there was water in it, right? I opened it up to pull out my card, and there was water in it. Again, it does have a seal around here. There's nothing wrong with the seal. I even checked it because I heard about the water problem ahead of time. So the first thing I did was I checked this seal to see if the seal was bad or out of place, or if anything was wrong with this seal whatsoever. And still now nothing is wrong with the seal. So I'm just like, okay. So so I was like, all right. So I paid $28 for the camera. Yes, it did have a little bit of water in it. It wasn't like flooded, but it did have water in it for sure. And with the water being in it, I wasn't sure what. That's weird. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I'm trying to see if I can pull out this. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is perfect. This is video of me just now taking the video. So I mean, it takes decent video, but again, I don't need it to take the best daggum video quality in the world. You know, I just needed to do what I needed to do, and that's all I needed to do. It actually took 6 video recordings. Now, like I said, let's go ahead and stop that. So like I said, it had water in it. So I took it down and I took it home. I turned it off immediately, took it home. I just let it sit there because no, don't put your stuff in rice. Just don't do that. Just let it dry. Just let it sit there for a couple, 3 days, 3 or 4 days. Open it up. Don't like take the screws and stuff out of it, but take, you know, what you can. Open up the doors, open up the battery compartment, and just let it sit. Take out your SD card and just let it sit. Preferably near a fan or a ceiling fan or something, you know. But don't stick stuff in rice. That's just dumb. And it should work. Okay, if it doesn't, then whatever, it doesn't work. But this one had water in it, and I took it home and I tested it, and as you saw just now, it just took a video. Actually, it took like 6 videos, and I mean, it works. And if your budget only allows for a $28 camera, which mine only allows for a $28 camera, as the other one that I had was a $30 camera that I had for like 2 years before this. So, yeah, I'm not, you know, wealthy or anything like that. I'm just a guy and that likes to go hunting. But anyway, if you're on a low budget, this camera is, in my opinion, I scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best that money can buy in a budget. Keyword, in a budget. This is about an 8. Now, if no water got in this at all, I would give it a 10. Absolutely a 10. Mainly because the time and date stamp, it does video and it does photos decently. Yeah. So that's the Tasco 8 megapixel at Walmart. If you can find it anywhere else, that's fantastic. It says Tasco on the back. I don't know why it's backwards for you. I raise my hand, my left hand. Oh, my right hand shows up. Yeah. Well, I'll have to deal with that. But anyway, check it out. If you're on a budget, I recommend you should check out this camera. You might have to take it home 1 or 2 days or whatever to let it dry or whatever. I didn't let it sit out there anymore. I just brought it home and checked the card on it. I could have let it sit out there another week or two and hopefully it rained again to test it more, but I didn't. And the property that I was on was a friend of my brother's property. It's my brother's friend's property. He sold the property, so now we don't have access to that property anymore as of right now this season. the 2019 season. He allowed us to finish off the season if we wanted to, but he's doing a lot of work in there, and ain't no deer coming around. You know, he's got tractors and bulldozers and, you know, whatever moving around all the time. And so, yeah, I just lost the property. But anyway, I'll have to go back to public land for now. But yeah, I recommend you check it out. All right, I'm gonna stop talking now because y'all are done listening. All right, y'all have a good day. Be safe.